Hello, good people. Thanks for joining me again. My name is Anne, and on my channel, I review foreign shows. You know what I usually say, right? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. How fun is that? You never know which country we're gonna end up. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, I review foreign international content. The last couple of weeks we have been in South Korea, but you know what I say, right? You never know which country we're gonna end up next. And this time we're back to Madrid, Spain, and I'm back to review Valeria season 2. So if you never watched season 1, which by the way I did review, so check it down below. Valeria is now back with season 2. I think it just dropped like maybe 2 weeks ago. If you ever watched the first one, then you would know Valeria is like your Sex in the City Spanish version. For my American friends, I think at this point, you'd have to be under a rock to not know what Sex in the City shows and then the movies were. So if you loved Sex in the City, then Valeria is really gonna rock your world. And you know, they bring that Spanish flair. Ooh, it's like muy caliente, like it's hot. You know, they really know how to like dial it up even higher, and that's what they've done. I also wanted to mention, if you love Sex in the City, the American version, and then you like Valeria, the Spanish version, then you will love Indian version of their Sex in the City, if you will, which is called 4 More Shots Please. I also reviewed that. You should check that out. Bollywood brought it. I was just like, wow. That's, I think, airing right now on Amazon, but I bet you probably could find it in other streaming services. But that was hot. So if that's kind of your genre and you love those kind of shows, then once you finish Valeria, you have to go and watch 4 More Shots Please from India. That was fantastic. They did an excellent job. I love that they take the Sex in the City idea and then they make it their own. Like the Spanish people do their own with their own culture in there, and then the Bollywood Indian people did their own with their culture in there, but it just gives you that same vibe, right? 4 girls, best friends, they're out in the town, there to have an excellent time. They're free women. They can date, sleep with men, and still be like, my life, okay? My life, my choice. They're the kind of women who we can all say are very forward, if you will. And it's just fun to watch, you know, a woman who's liberated and does whatever she wants with no apologies, which is just fantastic. Anyway, let's get to Valeria season 2. So for people who haven't watched Valeria 1, it doesn't mean that you couldn't watch season 2. You won't get lost that much. You could easily pick up on what's going on. However, it helps to watch season 1 to give you context. So Valeria is actually based on books by Elizabeth Benavent. And I've always wondered, obviously, if she took the inspiration from watching, obviously, Sex in the City, just because the storyline, especially the Spanish version, is very close to Sex in the City. The main character, really, Valeria, it's her right there with the red head. Her name is Diana Gomez, and she obviously plays as Valeria. She's a writer, single. Well, she was married in season 1. In season 2, we find her, she's going through a divorce, and she is a writer who writes romantic novels. So that kind of really gives you, for my American friends, that Carrie Bradshaw feel to it. And then her good friends, Lola, who is played by, right here, SilmaLopez. She is your, like, Samantha. Once again, if you haven't watched Sex in the City, you may be missing out, but she is like, sleeps with all kinds of men and does not apologize at all. I mean, she's everywhere. Even her friends are like, my God, like, girl, like, and she's like, what? You know, she is that girl, does not play at all. And then we have Teresa Riott, who her name in the show is Malia, and that's her right there. She's more of the quiet one in the group. Now in the Spanish version, they do have a person who's gay, so she's gay, but she's more of the quiet one. It sounds like she came from a rich family, so sometimes the girls can be too much for her, right? She's almost like the ones who bring them back to like come back to earth. Like, you guys are acting a little too crazy. And then the last one, who is so much fun to watch, I think her face and comedy, the way she talks is just hilarious. I love her. Is Paula Malia, and that's her right there, and her name is Common, and she is definitely Charlotte from my American friends who've watched Sex in the City, or if you ever watched Sex in the City. She is more of like your hopeless romantic, wants to get married. She has a boyfriend who she's in love with, who is a mama's boy, which they explored that in season 2, and like I want to live with him, but he just is always constantly at his mom. He lives with his mom. So that was fun to watch. But as we meet them in season 2, obviously Valeria has published her book. And in the beginning, she went more like she decided to do self-publishing because she didn't want to lose the rights to her book and her name that comes with everything else. So she's trying to do all that, and it's hard, and she's broke. And so she finishes the book, and obviously it's put out there. Her book, really, which is her first book, is based really on her own life. She was married, the marriage didn't work, and actually we do see in the season 2 where once the book is out and her ex-husband finds out, let's just say he wasn't happy, because it's at that point, although they were going through a divorce, that he realizes that, wait, you were sleeping with another guy, who, by the way, I just reviewed The Cook of Customer. Excellent show. Please check it out. And he was there as well. But the actor Maxi Iglesias, he is hot. His eyes are like to die. I mean, his eyes are, he walks in the room and those eyes are just like, oh my gosh, all the girls are like, oh what just happened? Anyway, he plays Victor, and he is the one that Valeria ended up having an affair with. And obviously she ends up writing about that in the book. And let's just say her ex-husband finds out when the book comes out, and wasn't pretty. And so Valeria at this point in her personal life, on top of trying to launch her book as a self-published person, also Victor comes back and obviously finds out that she's getting a divorce and wants to see if they can have a relationship. And you have to keep watching, because at the end it's almost like, you know, even her friends are like, Valeria, maybe you need to take some time to know yourself. Do you always have to have a guy there? You know what I'm saying? So that's something that she is trying to, you know, kind of trying to figure out. And then as far as Lola goes, she's also been involved with this other guy who was married, but apparently now left the wife. And she's like, I also need to search myself. Like, what am I doing? I love that it's all based on women trying, like, you need to know yourself before you add on relationships and stuff, right? Otherwise you just bring the baggage and it just doesn't help a relationship. And then obviously Carmen, our hopeless romantic, is also working out things with her boyfriend that she loves, but obviously a mama's boy, so you have to keep watching how that turns out. And then obviously for Neria over there, she's also navigating dating, where she's also learning that, you know, if I like you, I can be with you, but I don't want commitment. And they do explore her relationship with this other girl that they were very close, where, you know, this girl thought they were a thing, and then she's just like, when she gets busy or whatever, she's doesn't like commitment. And why is that? So she's exploring that too. But all in all, a really fantastic show. Like I said, if you love Sex in the City, then you're really gonna love this. Disclaimer, it is for very, very mature audience. So please do not put this on when you have a group of family sitting here. You're gonna be embarrassed because, like I said, they push that envelope way. The sex scenes are like, whoa, this is this acting or what is this? Like, yeah, and there's nudity and a lot of sex, obviously. So just warning, but the storyline is really good. The other thing that we love, obviously, like from the Sex and the City movies, is fashion, right? I have to say though, the first season, I felt like the fashion for Valeria was really good. This season was a little bit underwhelming. It was beautiful, it was good. I liked the colors, they had beautiful colors. But it felt a little bit underwhelming because usually we've learned, like, if it's gonna be Sex in the City or even the Bollywood, oh, their fashion was off the chain. And then they also do like their Indian traditional, mix it up with westernization. It looks so good. So this time I felt like, did you guys cut the budget with clothing for Valeria too? What happened? Because it felt like if I had to see her wearing those red boots one more time, I was like, come on, give her different shoes. Like, I just wanted a little bit more fashion because it goes hand in hand. We've learned to expect that. So that was the only part that I would say was underwhelming. But other than that, still fantastic show, excellent actresses and actors, great storyline, and it does seem like we're being teed up for season 3. So do yourself a favor, get caught up if you haven't watched any of it. Binge watch on season 1. Season 2 is here, so that when season 3 comes, you'll be on point. But once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. It does help my channel, and I'll see you again when I'm reviewing another excellent foreign international show, because you never know which country we're gonna land next. How fun is it? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. Thank you so much. See you again next time. Deuces.